All right, what's good? What's cracking? What's popping? What's bueno? What's making you think here? We back out here on these streets. So have that seat, because today we about to talk about that Battlefield Hardline, about its relevancy. Because I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical about Battlefield Hardline. Don't get me wrong, I was too. But now that the beta's out, the question is this relevant or is this irrelevant? Well, I'm here to answer that question for you. In my opinion, keep that in mind, in my opinion, yes, I think this is relevant right now. If you're very skeptical about the game, you have any kind of thoughts about this game, or if you're just a straight up hater who's like, Battlefield 4 was trash, it was broken, Hardline's gonna be broken, bro. Okay, try it first. Okay, this beta is free. It's not like you have to pay for it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. I mean, and the best things are always free, right? I mean, why would you skip out on this, you know? But yeah, if you have a console that's eligible, then download this beta. Now, honestly, I'm not sure about y'all on the 360 and PS3 because I'm sure this game doesn't look too pretty on there. But on PC, that PlayStation 4 and that Xbox One, yes, this is worth it like crazy. But yeah, this is pretty relevant. So, and I'm about to explain why it's relevant. I'm gonna explain more in depth about the essentials of the game. So to get it out of the way, I'm just gonna straight up talk about the graphics. These graphics are good. Yes, I would like to assume the resolution is 1080p, and it is factual confirmed that this is 60 frames per second. That next generation 1080p 60 frames per second, because that's actually truly next gen specs. But yeah, it's 1080p 60 frames per second and smooth buttery 60 frames per second. So that's already a plus. That's already a huge plus. And that's to get the graphics out of the way. I mean, honestly, if you ask me, I mean, some of the textures could improve, and I feel like the game, some of the stuff in the game does look a little raggedy. Don't get me wrong, it looks a little raggedy. But this is a beta. This is not the final software. So that's why I cut it some slack. And I know that everything in this beta is subject to change, because I think a lot of people don't get that either about betas. Things are subject to change. Y'all think this is going to be how the final game is, but it's not. It's not. Anyway, time to talk about the gameplay, because I know that's a big concern too, because people are like, well, this is a Battlefield 4 clone, and it just looks like the same game turning into a Call of Duty where a new title comes out every year. No. I mean, yes, it does have a little bit of similarities with Battlefield 4, but no, it's not the same gameplay as Battlefield 4. Because as we all know, Battlefield Hardline, different concept than Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is military war. That's a military war game, bruh. But Hardline, we talking about them cops and crooks, them feds and the goons, the Bloods versus the Crips. I'm just kidding, nah, there ain't no Bloods versus Crips. But that would be a good idea for DLC. But I don't think they would ever do that, because it would involve a lot of lawsuits. But hey, that still is a pretty good idea for DLC. The Bloods versus the Crips. That'd be a fun-ass DLC. But anyway, back to talking about the gameplay. The gunplay is pretty smooth. These guns have a good amount of recoil, first off. And the balancing is done pretty well. I mean, it's like, it ain't, as we all know, Battlefield ain't no Call of Duty, bro. You gotta be consistent with your aim. You gotta take advantage of that select fire when you can. Your aim has gotta be very precise, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge. So you can't just jump in and be like, well, I think I can just get some kills right off the bat, bro. Watch me go 10-0. No. Don't work like that, son. But, yeah, when it comes to the gunplay, it's damn good as always, like any other Battlefield. And another big thing about the gameplay is the vehicles. You know, there's more of a variety. when you compare it to Battlefield 4. Because obviously Battlefield 4, we always had the same shit. The tanks, the jets, the little Humvees, the the mongoose-looking vehicle, the motorcycles, etc., etc. Because there's probably one or two that I didn't list. But oh well. Hardline, you still got some of the typical Battlefield stuff, like the helicopters and the motorcycles, but you have like normal 4-door sedans. So I honestly like those a lot. There's those, the police car, trucks. There's like the criminal vans, like the one I'm looking at and shooting at. And yeah, you know, there's kind of a lot of different types of cars, which I really do like. I mean, it's like the biggest thing that I like about these cars too is that there's a radio station. And it's not just some cheesy ass knockoff music that doesn't exist that they made just for the game. I hop into a truck, right? I'm playing the game mode. I forget exactly what this is called. It's the one where you got to get the vehicles. You got to bring them back to a certain spot to get points. It's kind of like a deformed control, or not control. Ew, get them Destiny thoughts out of my head. Destiny's so irrelevant. Anyway, it's kind of like Conquest, but with cars, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain. Or Domination with cars. Control with cars, I guess, even though that term is irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, it's like that basically. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of got to play it to see what it's like. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying about the cars, there's a radio in there, and it's not just cheap music, bruh. Like, we're talking licensed music is in this shit. The only one I can confirm right now is when I hopped into a truck, bruh, Run the Jewels 2, Oh My Darling Don't Cry, started playing. That shit was hype as fuck. I fucking love Run the Jewels. That shit hype as fuck. LP and Killer Mike, hell yeah. As soon as I heard the fuck 'em all, they can eat my dick, that's word of pimp, I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, we got licensed music. Like, bruh, this shit is turning into GTA. I mean, this shit's pretty crazy. I'm like, damn. Like, I honestly, because I went to this beta with like not too high of expectations, and they're kind of surpassing them a little bit. I'm pretty impressed. I'm like, damn. Shit. But yeah, this beta, moving on, has 3 game modes. There's the heist one, there's this one, which I forget the name of. Forgive me for that. And Conquest. Heist is just it's just you gotta go in the vault, deep in the bank, get the money, and you gotta escape. It's kind of like Rushed, but instead with jacking the money and stuff instead of having to detonate the bombs. So think about it like that, because you have tickets and stuff, and then this game mode, like I said, is like a deformed domination, deformed conquest, deformed control, whatever you want to call it. And the third game mode is Conquest, which we all know. There's like 5 points on the map. You got to control them. It's basically, you all know what that is. Okay, you play Battlefield before, you know what Conquest is. But they're all fun game modes, and it is 64-player Conquest, which has me hella hyped, which I love it. There's also in-game currency, which you can see I have cash to spend. You get it just by doing stuff. You know, it's basically the XP in this game. Instead of getting XP, you get in-game currency. Now, I hope that doesn't turn into a microtransaction thing, because that'd be really shitty. But it shouldn't, because it does act like your XP, so I really hope it doesn't. But it is EA, so I don't know, man. But overall, this beta is relevant. You need to download it because it's free. And it has impressed me pretty good. I'm about to go play it again right now. Have some fun on it. I'm going to play it with buddies this time, with some homies. So we're going to see how that goes. But yes, it is relevant. This is good, this is fun, and it's free. You should download it. It's free. I mean, why not? But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you guys later.